Hey everyone, it's Michelle and welcome to Mindful Mondays. So today is December 17th, 2018, and that means we're right in the heart of the holiday season. It's also still Vata season, and as I've mentioned in previous videos, Vata season can be very, very anxiety driven. And it's also end of year. So if you are in a corporate position or if you own your own business, there always tends to be more to do toward the end of your fiscal year or your calendar year. So I'm not sure about you, but I am really feeling the effects of all of these things. I don't think I've been this scattered in my mind and in my thought pattern in a really, really long time. So I'm feeling really overwhelmed and kind of out of control at some points during the day when it comes to my thought processes and my anxiety level. So, one of the things I did this morning that was extremely helpful that I thought I would share with you today is I recognize that my daily routine is really something that keeps me grounded. And so, in Ayurveda, which is the science of life or the sister science to yoga, we strongly believe in something called dinacharya. So dinacharya is kind of your daily routine. And there's certain things you should do during the day that correlate with the different times of day that are very grounding and very warming and very nurturing. Ideally, your daily routine should be very consistent. So you want to eat at the same times every day. You want to wake up at the same times every day. You want to go to bed around the same times every day. And that includes the weekends too, when you think you have more time to kind of come off your routine. But what that can do is it can cause a little unbalance and a little instability. So it's important to have your routine be the same regardless whether it's a weekday or a weekend. And so ideally you want to wake up sometime a little bit before sunrise. This is a really beautiful time of day to kind of wake up and then start movement. So you can do some yoga, you can go for a walk, you can do some gentle stretching, whatever feels right, sometime right before dawn or right around the dawn break. You want to eat your main meal at lunchtime. So you want to have your biggest meal when your digestive fire is the highest. And that's usually around kind of between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And so your biggest meal during that period of time will actually digest the best and you'll feel fuller longer throughout the day. The Vata time of day is actually between 2 and 6 p.m. And so this is a really great time to be creative. You might want to, really put down the operations part of your job and start to think about being a little bit more creative during this time of your day. If you're feeling a little flighty, you can also do some grounding breath work and maybe focusing downward as well would help during this time of day as well. You want to have kind of a light supper anytime before 7 p.m. So ideally you want to eat before 7 p.m. so that your digestive fire can start to turn off so that you can sleep better. So again, a lighter dinner is always helpful before 7. And this one is something I need to be better at, but trying to turn off your electronics at least an hour before bed and ideally probably closer to 2 hours. That will help to reduce stimulation and you can start to turn inward so that the body can start to settle and the mind can start to settle. Another thing that I think is interesting is in Ayurveda, you actually want to go to bed about 2 hours after the sun sets. So yes, that does mean in winter when the sun sets at 4:30 in the northeast that you would potentially be going to bed at 6:30. Knowing full well that this is a little unrealistic in the world we live in, you do want to definitely unwind and try to get to bed a little earlier than normal in the winter months because you do need a little bit more sleep. You do need a little bit more quote unquote hibernation in those colder months. So trying to eat at the same times during the day, trying to go to bed and wake up at the same times during the day. Making sure to exercise is also really helpful. Again, early morning is a really great time to feel a little bit more balanced and a little bit more settled. So I hope these are helpful. I know they help me on a regular basis. Again, if you want to learn any more tips or tricks, feel free to go to my website, thepathtoserenity.com. You can watch a free webinar there I have about additional anxiety tips, and you can reach out directly as well. All right, I hope you guys have a really great week. Thanks.